Alright, made it to Key West. We went out to dinner last night. I just didn't take the camera with me, and we got people staying with us downstairs. So I didn't want to just have the camera in their face, or, you know, it wasn't that important. So I do have this nifty spot to park the bike, so I don't have to park it on the street. I just kind of rolled it through that gate and parked it under this little cabana thing. So pretty slick. I probably will be walking everywhere, so I don't really need to get the bike in and out. So yeah, pretty sweet setup. Don't have to worry about the bike while I'm here, and it's beautiful weather. I think we're going kayaking today, so I probably will take the camera and maybe record a little bit. But yeah, the place is awesome. So now we're in the mangrove tunnel, like a tunnel, and there's a guy spearfishing. There's Allie. There's a guy spearfishing back there. He's like, all these tourist kayakers interrupting my spearfishing. He had the snorkel. The spear gun is pretty sick. The tunnels are really cool. All right, Key West trip, Key West part at least is over. So we're about to hit the road. I'm already off the island, off Key West a little bit, but stopped and got something to drink. I was just gonna give the bike a once over. It's still looking okay. It's a pretty thrashed R3 with the bald front and off-road ADB tire on the rear. Interesting choice. I'll wait to get gas until later because it's very expensive here. Okay, forgive my helmet hair. I got turned away from the place I had planned on camping because they wouldn't let me have a hammock. So I looked up, I found a state park real quick, and they had the ranger here was like, oh, we're full. And I was like, oh, I got turned away at the other place. I was just trying to find a place to stay for the night. So he gave me an emergency spot, but ended up pretty good, similar to the other spots I've had. I think those trees are a little far apart, but I think they'll work. I don't know. They're very far apart. Those two trees I think will work. Move the picnic table. But yeah, I'm glad to have found a spot, and it's not quite dark yet, but it will be getting dark quickly, and I don't have any firewood, so I probably won't be having a fire, but that's okay. I've got my stove, so I can cook everything on the stove. I did get some cheese from the gas station earlier, so I can make the grilled cheese like I wanted. But I might try to peek around at the other campsites and see if I see some wood laying around and maybe have a little fire or something. But yeah, let me get everything set up before it gets too dark. Man, I would have loved to have just been at the other campground, because I had like 2 hours before the sun went down, and then I had to ride an extra hour to this place. I am glad I got my shelter set up, though. That's good. Okay. The bugs are gonna like it. Flour everywhere. That was probably too much water. It was too much water, so I have some pancake mix I am going to add to thicken it up. And we'll see how all that turns out. Might be really good. If the red light helps with the bugs at all. Probably not, since they found me already. So that's not going to burn very long because it's just dead palms, but I don't know, I thought maybe getting some smoke going would help with the bugs. So I think it did. There's less bugs around. And that's something to do. Okay, I don't know if this will work, but I'm trying to get that log to catch how it is. We'll see. Okay, we'll let that rise a little bit more, and then I kind of knocked it down too much, I think, and then I'll cook it. Okay, well my bread has failed, so on the stove wasn't the best. I couldn't flip it and it was just kind of gooey on top. So I'm gonna give up on the bread and do crackers and cheese and soup, and that should be good enough. Like, don't get me wrong, I could eat that, but we'll just do a little bite, because I took the time. Little bread bite / pancake mix, dip it in the soup. I mean, it just tastes like the inside of bread. I got my, ow, it's hot. Grilled cheese going now with the crackers. It's not melting the cheese very good though, because the crackers are too thick. Yeah, it's only 7:45, so I'm gonna shower and then get in the hammock and try to finish as much as I can of my book, because once I get back and start going to work, I won't have as much time to read it. So it actually rained a little bit last night, and it was only for like 3 minutes, but the tarp did its job, and then I thought it was gonna rain more, so I moved all my stuff under the tarp, but then it didn't rain again. Everything's wet, which I've done pretty good so far this trip to stay pretty dry. Drying off a spot to start making some coffee. And as long as you have the trees for it, I love this setup. It's off the ground, you got a place to put your stuff. You can use the bike to help tie the tarp. If you don't have any trees, then there's nowhere for you to sleep. So I think my next step is to find a small tent. Not that I would carry both, but that would give me the option to tent camp. Because I got turned away at Manatee Hammock Campground. I show up and he's like, because you put on their form like what you're staying in. He's like, what's this hammock? I was like, it's a hammock. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, it's like a hammock that I sleep in. It's like, we can't tie anything to the trees. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm sleeping on the ground. I was gonna like just put the tarp and do a sleeping bag on the ground. He's like, well, no, you have to be in a tent. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll find somewhere else to stay then. And he's like, you do know what a hammock is, don't you? And I was like, well, apparently I don't know what a hammock is. He's like, hammocks are trees for manatees. I was like, okay, whatever, man. Just give me my money back and I'll figure it out. It was wild. So then I'm like, calling my wife, telling her I don't have a place to stay and I gotta find something, and she starts looking around too, and she's sending me stuff like towards Orlando, which I don't want to go further in. So I found this state park and it looked pretty good, and it was only an hour away, so I was like, okay, well, it's either this and this works out, or I gotta find a hotel and spend like, you know, $150, whatever it is. So I show up and I was like, ask the park ranger who's at the little, because it's like 5:45. I got 15 minutes till sunset. So I show up and the park ranger's like, oh, well, we're full up. I was like, okay, well, I just need a place to stay for the night, because I got turned away at the last spot I was at. And he's like, okay, well, we can give you an emergency site. I was like, okay, whatever you want to call it, you know, appreciate y'all giving me a spot. So gives me a spot. It's like $30 or whatever, and they have a bathhouse, which is nice. I always like having the bathhouse. I always plan on not having it, but I do like having it there.
But yeah, that this place, and there's plenty of spots open, so they're probably booked like for people multiple days, but just one night I think they can accommodate. So yeah, super glad this place worked out. It's a lot like the other campground I was at the second night, but yeah, it's been good. This didn't work super great last time, but it worked. Alright, my coffee is pretty good. This time around I probably let it steep for like twice as long as I did last time, and added another tablespoon of coffee grounds, and it turned out much better. So steep probably 10-15 minutes and 3 tablespoons for 8 ounces, and it's actually on the stronger side. I was just about done packing up, and it's kind of started to drizzle a little bit, so I don't think it'll last long, but my hopes of packing a dry hammock and then not having to set it back up when I get home are over. Because it's, I don't know, probably 70-ish degrees here, but it's 100% humidity, it feels like. I'm going to be riding into probably 46 degree weather, so as I get closer to home it's going to get colder. I'm hoping everything dries out by then. Okay, you know, one other thing that I needed to do that I didn't was tighten up my mirror. And now the whole bike, I was going to do it when the bike was unloaded, and I didn't. And now the whole bike is loaded, and so I don't think I'm going to unload it just to do that. It is very annoying though when I'm riding and my mirror is just flapping all over the place. Man, it really looks like it's gonna rain. It's not right now, which is good, but the clouds are very stormy. Bike started, that's good. One last look around as it starts to rain. Now my phone's about to go crazy. I did see a bobcat this morning. He kind of ran through right in front of the campsite, stopped and looked at me, and I looked at him, and then he went on his way. This one was nice and quiet. It was mostly people in RVs or pull behind campers. I didn't see a lot of single vehicles with tent, but I mean there is power. They didn't have, I don't think they have any truly like primitive campsites. Yeah, so F the private campgrounds, state parks came through. I'm on the East Coast in Florida. Not that I would not be able to like find a hotel with one room for the night, but I was getting a little worried that I wasn't going to be able to find a campground to stay at for the night. And I actually don't know which way to go. I don't think it matters which way I go. Oh, my phone's freaking out because it's wet. Someone invent a touchscreen that is fine with water. And I can't put in the password. And I can't do the Face ID because of the helmet. And so, what am I to do? I really just need to get to 95. I had the same problem when I was doing the Smoky Mountain 500 and that I like really did need the I really did need the directions like all the time. Northwest, left or right, lady? I want to say it's left. I really did need the directions all the time because it was like off-road and you're basically following GPS coordinates. So that was a major issue. Oh, it was right. Okay. Officially gone nowhere. Alright, going over the Jacksonville Bridge, 295. Fuck, it's windy. This is the wind I was kind of worried about on the Keys. This is way windier. Everybody in their cars, they don't know. They don't know what I'm going through right now. Fuck. Okay, so we made it back finally. I'm so tired and cold. It was like 46 the whole way back and so windy. The worst part was I-95 and 16. I was just getting blown all over the place, but we made it. No problems out of the bike and got some upcoming well-deserved maintenance for the Tracer. But I'm so glad to be home. It was a great trip, and I'm ready to not ride this bike for a while. I think it ended up being about 1,800 miles total. But yeah, time for warm shower and something to eat. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.